Good. Oh, sweet. Which property? Or which buyer? Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, no, well, that's what I've been in that community before. Okay. Yep. No, well, what is this seller doing? The seller is paying broker to broker?
You've seen this video with how
Okay,
the
what is
music,
your
it's
contract with
just
this person? Are you asking
it's
for
like
any
a
more
TikTok,
than
and it's just
2%?
Mick Jagger and David Bowie.
Okay, then if they are offering broker to broker and
It
they're
is
using
so
broker to broker
silly.
If you come across that, let me know.
Yeah, there's no music, no singing, just them. And their feet shuffling on the ground.
Well, they're so
Yes, how do you know it's 2%? He just verbally told you that? Okay, then yes, I would make sure you put that with the, offer. Right. No, you need to have the broker to broker compensation form filled out with what they're telling you they're going to be paying out. Correct. Correct. And ask him to sign it, and we'll send it to Melissa to sign first. She'll sign it right away. Okay. Awesome, congrats, good luck. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Shelby. Hey, Steve, have you met Shelby?
I don't think I have.
She is almost our newest agent. She's not our newest agent anymore.
Well, they should be assuming they're gonna be paying that assessment.
Her email address is
Okay, well, good luck. All right,
Her last
bye.
name's Oldenburg, so S. Oldenburg makes Soldenberg.
There's a family in my church, Oldenburg's, gal. Briar Lake passed away somewhat recently.
Matthew Schulte.
How's it going, Steve?
Hey, good to see you in today. I like your pseudo cowboy boots. Not really a cowboy, you're more like
Got a question
a
for you.
man.
So,
When you get
do you
older,
know-
get rid of the boot part.
They-
Just like when you're a little kid, you might have natty, but then when you get older, you get a
For the same
switch.
thing?
Yeah, or I just don't ride horses, so I don't wanna be caught.
Okay, and do you know if it was taken
There you
well?
go. I appreciate that. You don't want to
I
be.
didn't grow up in Texas, so I can't say, well, I'm from Texas or something like that.
Oh, sure.
Like, I'm from just Wisconsin, Minnesota, I can't.
You know what? There's plenty of people down there in southern Minnesota do all that kind of thing. Hi, Misha. How are you today?
Good, how are you, Jason?
I'm Jason. You brought a friend?
I did. Her name is Sonia.
Sonia, nice to meet you. I'm Jason, the tech director,
Nice to meet you.
the business builder, all things.
Hi.
Lots of
I'm
things.
not the tech director or business.
He's the value guy.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, awesome. Alright, thank you.
She referred us by Brian.
How you doing today, boss?
I am doing. He owes me beans and rice.
Didn't really get
He
into it
does?
last week. You had to run out, but things.
All
right.
Day by day. I'll go get it. How are you? I gotta go change this. I said I had to go change this. I'm still going to take this. I should be. How are you? Misha, I just know. Oh, good. Why isn't this my walk-up music? All the things associated with it that you don't even think about. I am. Make this a song.
I'll make up one.
You're welcome. That's hilarious. Is that my friend Mary? Did that answer your questions? Were you able to find?
Oh, was that? Sure. Yeah, that's fine. It was all my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What I had in my
It
shoes.
looks like it's not the shape, no, what it is.
Good to see you this morning.
If not, I'll just use the other one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was, we were texting with someone. He gave me that.
folks out there in the stratosphere, the internet webs, a lot of webs this time. Ooh, let's just say, because it's Halloween, you know.
We're gonna have a spooky meeting.
Yes, yes. Well, yeah, well, welcome to the team meeting. We thank you for being here on a Thursday. We moved them to Thursdays so that people who are in bold can attend both. And it's tricky on schedule, so given that it's October, we got a great skeleton crew of people here today. And that's all right.
That's all right.
And.
All right.
All right. And since this is going to be put on our YouTube channel on Friday, I just want to say I'm Jamie. I am the CVO, Chief Value Officer here. I'm here to represent the leadership team and excited to bring some great information. We've got Mr. Steve Rall of the Rall Report here to share what the market is looking like and how he goes about determining that, and that's going to be pretty great. And so everybody that's online, raise your hand, and in here, be ready to ask him questions because we'd like to go deep. So that being said, let's move on.
No, we're fine, thank you.
All right. Mission to build careers. This is Keller Williams International, Realty International's mission. Build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Now, we will be touching on legacies worth leaving especially, and if you all recall, the word that Olivia wanted to have as the word for 2024, and that is intent. Intention. Intentional.
Yes, they're all related. They're all very closely related. They
Yeah.
share the same root word.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've been watching a lot of the playoffs, so I was thinking of an intentional walk, but I didn't think that would work.
Well, I mean, the intention is for him not to hit.
Yeah, well, that's off base. Anyway. Also, the vision is to be the real estate, the company of choice for agents and their customers. And this week's play of the week is Tasha Wells. Let's give her a round of applause. So, first of all, what is the play of the week? Hey, who wants to say? Raise your hand if you, or just blurt it out. Why do we do play of the week? Anybody? Let's see if you know. Steve.
Recognize people who go oftentimes above and beyond what a real estate career might entail by helping other people, giving to a cause that they believe in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's pretty dang good.
They embrace our values as KWPR and KW.
Thank you, which is culture, integrity, impact, growth.
And by recognizing them, allow them to be recognized by their own clients without having to toot their own horn. Somebody else to toot your horn for you and show you what you're doing out there in the community. Sometimes people are reluctant to call attention to that, but sometimes it's great for people to know as well.
Yes, and it's important that a third party knows. I mean, it's kind of, some of this stuff is harder for you to share that this is what your business is doing, this is who you are. So yes, when we're thinking about it, we're like, how do we recognize people so that everyone knows who they're working with? Because the quality of the people that work here is mind-blowing. And why not get some business out of it too? So why Tasha? Well, she's a repeat winner. What she did, she has, talk about legacies worth leaving. She has a history of, she'll mentor kids in high school, well, tons of charities, but also she mentors kids in high school, but she doesn't just fundraise with them, she helps them, she encourages them and teaches them along the way of how to be a philanthropist. And given the sock drive that we had, she wound up with her grandkids raising a ton of socks, collecting a ton of socks. And those socks and the socks that we all collected here and some of the water that Tasha brought in with her grandkids, again, legacy, teaching them the right things to do. They are on a truck down to North Carolina. So we're immediately affecting people who are in immediate need. So that being said, so way to go, Tasha. Woohoo! Thank you, way to go.
And today's birthday today.
What's that?
Her husband Eddie's birthday today.
Oh, way to go, Ed. Oh, well, wait, we can't do that without your walk-up song first.
So you just jump ahead, man.
Guys,
Go.
I'm jumpy. All right. Want it there? All right, Jason's got a walk-up song. For the rest,
He's part of it, right?
Alright, what does it mean to be a pirate? I don't know, we're not gonna find out today.
Arvidsson.
There you go, that's
Oh,
part of
my
the bid, it's all part of the deal, right? But I do wanna talk about a new feature that we are wanting to make people aware of, and it's called Command Internal Listings. And one of the advantages of being Keller Williams agents, we have the world's largest agent community, which can be leveraged, find more deals and do more business. We have a withheld thing where we put all those things on there. But what about that kind of strange, well, I shouldn't say strange is the wrong word, but that unique client who maybe wants to sell their house but isn't ready to write a contract with you, right? I mean, they want to kind of test the balloon, see what's going out there. What does that look like? We actually have a KW reserve option for listings. And this listing can be shared with all agents in the US and Canada as well as worldwide agents, depending on the sharing controls later. You can't have an agreement signed, so no listing agreement can be signed with these people, but you can get the property out to all other Keller Williams agents in sharing that listing. So what sorts of opportunities would include a friend or family member who will sell for the right price but isn't ready to jump through that hoop yet? An agent's property that you're willing to part with. Maybe you have rental property that you're trying to sell, but you really not want to go through the hassle and MLS, and you're not really ready to do that, but that's another great opportunity. A seller on the edge, who I have a really unique property, and I kind of want to see what the value is. I don't know if I'm really, and you're kind of not sure, so you're not really ready to go through that paperwork. Or a coming soon that you've talked about with the client and just isn't ready to put it in MLS. So you can do all that. And here are 3 even more specific examples. I'm working in a hyper-competitive market that has resulted in low inventory, high offers, and a surplus of buyers. Houses sell often before they hit the MLS. This Keller agent wants to leverage a secondary market exclusive to me to represent my buyers and sellers, right? So that's available. I'm an agent working in a slow-to-move market. I have a seller who's on the fence about listing and wants to test the waters. I post their listing to the internal network to put out feelers with other agents or prospective buyers. Or I'm a luxury agent working with a high-profile seller who's ready to list but does not want to put their information on the MLS. C, would like their privacy maintained to serious inquiries only. I leverage the internal listing network to share their listing to fellow agents. So how do I do all of those things? You go down to the listing tab, right? So on the left side of Command, it's right above the consumer, but listings. You click on that and say, create my listing. That is also the place where you can search these listings if they're available. Is in the listings tab. So the applet, on listings, click on that, and you get access to this new feature. And this being available to all Keller Williams agents is relatively new for us as a market center to turn that on. We've always been able to put your listings in there. And when you put them in MLS, if you've not been in the listings tab before, they automatically download. So anything you put in MLS comes into there. But this particular angle I'm talking about today is specifically about things that you're not going to put in the MLS. So you can have access to them and see them. And that gives us a neat piece of leverage that we have not had before. So the more we learn about it, the more we talk about it, the more we do it, the better it'll be. Yes?
So it's in the listings tab in Command,
Yes.
and all of the listings, so we can put these pre-listings in there. Don't have to be under contract, don't have to do anything. We can just literally create a listing inside of this system now. And when did this, we just started having access, or?
Yes.
I've heard this was coming for a long time.
Yes.
It's funny, I asked him yesterday a question about this, and he's like, well, we have this program, and I actually entered one yesterday, super easy, slick, walks you right through it step by step.
Nice.
Monday is your answer.
Look at the testimonial.
Do we still have to get them to sign something? Because what's the kid, if I put my neighbor's house up on there?
Absolutely nothing.
Rich.
Put your neighbor's house on there and field all the serious inquiries from your peers about, I want to buy that. And then you better go talk to that neighbor and get that house sold. I've got 7 offers on your house, lady. Get out of here.
So we just can't use the association's listing contracts or anything like that, or how do we?
You
do
can
that?
sign all the contracts you want, but this gives you a unique opportunity for unlisted properties to market it literally internationally to all Keller Williams agents. This is distinct and separate from
Yes.
your normal sets of marketing processes.
So all of our listings should go in here.
Again, if you have a listing and it's on MLS, everybody's gonna see it. There's no, it is in there. If you put it in MLS, it populates in listings.
Oh, I see,
And
okay.
it only gives you, if you're doing it without a contract, it only gives you a 30-day. So mine expires sometime in November. So you don't get to put in there like, put it all the way up till April or whatever. Once it expires, you have to go back in and do it again,
Okay,
if it's after 30 days.
if it's not on the MLS.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Steve?
So is there a way, where would we go if we wanted to search in that,
Listings.
like a house you put in or
Yes,
someone
listings.
else put in? Where do we go and search for those kind of properties?
In listings.
Command.
And,
Command listings.
all right. Well, that's the first time I've been in there, but. Also, I water type search by.
Yep.
Phoenix, Arizona. Closing tomorrow. Define. So when I see everything that's in the MLS plus, what's the move there? Okay.
So listings, right here, listings.
Yeah.
If you want to create your own, you will create that there, top right corner, every time in Command, anytime you want to do the thing, top right corner, the big green button, do the thing. Or if you want to search, hit search. You can search by property address, MLS number, KWS ID, or just generically areas.
Start searching by city or whatever. Okay.
So this is the same place, like if you wanted to make a flyer and you would go to the KW listings thingy to pull all that info in, yes?
You could certainly do that.
Okay.
But listings is unique and specific, a new, so this ability to create, you just go in there and create it, it'll give you this option, KW Reserve, this listing can be shared with KW Internet agents internationally. Everybody gets to see this. This is specifically what we're talking about today. Or Market Center exclusive, but in this case, the agreement is signed but is not in the MLS. Typically, you're gonna put those in there and they're gonna be in withheld status, so they're gonna be, I mean, you'd have access to those.
Okay,
So I don't see any reason why you'd use the bottom.
Can we ask Cindy more questions about her, like generically, what made you decide to do this? Like why?
Crazy Jason came up and basically attacked her and.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay, well, no.
it was a synergy of moments.
I seriously had this past client, his mom's in assisted living. The house needs a lot of TLC, like not TLC, but a lot of like updating. It's grandma's house, but it's like 4,400 square feet in Burnsville. It's gorgeous, cul-de-sac, like there's done a lot of work to it, 1.6 acres. And they're trying to decide pricing and how much they want to do. Do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? All that kind of stuff, try to fix it up. Will we get more money for it? So
You got a
when
pole
I
barn?
said, huh?
You got a pole building on
You got some nice wooded area. But, so we're trying to figure out pricing, so I asked, is there any way, you know, I could promote this at the meeting and do something? I said, there's no contract, there's no nothing, there's whatever. And then he's like, well, we do have this. So I just showed me how to
Okay.
do it and I continued through and we'll see what happens, but.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got a process here, so top one goes to
Is the
internet.
only reason you'd use this.
What's that?
The top one is the only reason you would do this.
I'm just trying to get past, we're KWPR, and we don't have a contract, it's technically not on withheld.
It's not withheld, it doesn't even, it's not, yes.
So
That's why you're
technically-
doing, that's why you
We're
use this system.
technically okay to do that,
Yes,
okay, internationally.
yes.
If it moved to withheld, we're stuck to this office. and
Right.
without playing in.
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. So this is a very unique case, but one that can definitely benefit everyone who would be interested.
Maybe I missed this, I was speaking, I'm sorry, Jason. But where would we go to find, say, I have a buyer who's looking for a property, but it's been tough. Where would we go to?
Who can answer that?
Listings.
And then
Search bar?
search.
Yep.
Can you go back to that screen where you showed the reasons that would be good for us, so I can take a picture?
I can send it to her, or anybody, or you can go back. Yeah.
Yes. You can
Do whatever you want to do. Sorry.
These are the case studies for that scenario. Like, these are very specific examples of why you might do this. But yes, no contract, not under contract, but I want to get the word out on this house before we begin. And that's going to be, obviously, you're working with or in conjunction with your seller, Jennifer. Working in conjunction with the seller. You're not advertising your neighbor's house because you want them out of the neighborhood.
I like my neighbor's. It's the other side she was talking about.
It's the people behind me, they're not really neighbors. So, we got that going for us. Clear? Good? Interesting? Exciting?
Yes.
Fun stuff?
So can we find the property that she put in there yesterday?
Yes,
Tricia just looked it up.
I just looked it up.
Huh?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
I only posted the outside pictures,
Yeah.
but if you wanna see inside to see what I'm talking about, I have those. I wanted to get as much.
The address?
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Cindy?
13217.
13217, Longview Drive. And then, he wants to get a second opinion now because he didn't believe me, he thought my price was too low, but honest to God.
You like
with the work-
body.
I mean, the space and everything else,
Notice that
location.
it's got neighborhoods drawn in.
It's got a,
When you look at the map there,
the cedar shake roof is only 10 years old.
Yeah.
Fine, it turned off my property thing. Make sure when your clients are using this, that they do turn on location settings, because that.
Sorry, my bad.
We got a fire?
Just for those who don't know, he is a fireman. So he is, yeah, all for that.
That's why I said, is there a fire? I was serious.
All right. Thank you all for that. Jason, great job. Thank you.
Good job, Jason.
Yeah, I did was programming like a fiend for weeks. Absolutely.
One last question, so like in Shane's example, when you give it to withheld, then we have to go in there and take it out, right? 'Cause we
Yeah.
can't, right, okay. It doesn't.
And I would, when you're setting it, if you expect that to happen, like Cindy said, you have a 30-day expiration date. So at longest, that's the longest you can put it on there. So just kind of think about that in advance when you're setting that date, so you don't have to spend a lot of time coming back. If you went right to coming soon though, or advertisable, then you wouldn't have, I mean, it's only in that withheld status where you can't advertise it, so.
All right, we're gonna be moving on. We have breaking news. We have a correspondent down in greater Minnesota with the Jenna Riley home team. They're in at Junction. Oh gosh, you don't even know where
I
they're
can't remember.
Jackpot Junction. I was there last night. Jackpot Junction. Are you ladies with us? Can you hear us?
She doesn't have it off of mute, so it's gonna be hard for her.
We can hear you. We just unmuted ourselves, but if you can unmute us, we can see our screen a little better and show you some more things around here.
There you are.
Hi there. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on? What the heck are you doing down there?
Well, they're having the West Central Area Association of Realtors Convention. Take a look in here. Mike Brennan is teaching a class right now. We have all kinds of realtors here getting all kinds of continuing education. They're having a lot of fun. The Jana Riley home team. There's about 6 agents here, and they have done so much to raise funds, doing a great silent auction and some donations for a local nonprofit, right? Tell us more about it.
Yes, the Wesker Enhancement Team works with the Realtor Helping Communities really closely. And we had a few nominations, we had a few suggestions who we should choose this year, and we had 3 lucky winners. And we're gonna have their awards probably like within the next hour. So yeah.
Awesome.
Jen and I are on the enhancement team, so we kind of help here with the event, setting it up, getting it organized. There's way too many meetings before that, but it's a lot of fun and we enjoy this all.
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Mikey Hauser. I don't know if you guys really know me. I'm like in a very south area of Minnesota, very southwest, like little corner.
And she's a little bit of a rebel because she's willing to step out of our continuing education to be here with me. The rest of them we sent in a picture are sitting at their seats. You want to see something else kind of fun?
Yeah.
We happen to be at a casino. So when I was trying to decide where I would stage this, because I felt like I had to walk away from the class, so I wasn't loud and interrupting them. I found this as your breaking news reporter to show you there's also a lot of fun here.
Is she downstairs?
What do you think? Do you wish you were all here? It is open to all realtors, and you are more than welcome to come join us next year. For the meantime, I'm just going to be over here at the new hot slots, kind of set it all on red.
I will guarantee you there's no one other.
Thanks for going live. See you, but have a great day.
There you go. Good job. All right, back to you, Jamie. Yes. So yeah, what we do, again, now that we've, value, so more ways, more opportunities to meet our people where they're at. And they're doing so much to raise funds for the people in their area. And Jana and her team worked so hard. So it meant a lot to us, and meant a lot to her to be in that room with the other brokers and the other people in her area and go, wait, your people are coming to this, right? She's one of the main organizers, so it's not powerful because it's her and I that were there. It was just powerful that people would take that step, right? So it was wonderful, it was fun, and I don't get to enjoy that part of the fun, but yeah, we were thinking of taking the AHA fund and just putting it on red and seeing what would happen. But we figured Olivia might not like that. Well, here we are. Oh, we got Toddy's walk up here.
We're two of a kind, working on a full house.
All right, so those of you who don't know, Toddy is.
Not pregnant.
Listen to the music.
Yeah, she is no longer pregnant. Yes, she has graduated from the pregnancy, and she's doing great. They even ran into Shane Korn the other day and are still doing okay.
She said we could brag about it. We're the first ones to see them outside of the pregnancy. They were out to dinner last night.
Oh, yeah.
Tavern, so doing
Yes.
very good.
Toddy's got some tavern time to make up.
Yeah.
So I'm pinch hitting for, I cannot replace her, however, I'm just pinch hitting for her. Thanks. This is good. October events. These are done. Thank you. No. KW Connectors today and in 2 weeks. The broker boot camps. The last one was very well attended and very, very deep with our broker who is now betting online. Wealth Mastermind, that's huge. People are getting some great insights. Colin Manson and her camps, and they're great investors. They're great at building portfolios, and even more so, they're generous in sharing what works for them. And we'll meet you where you're at in these meetings. And the Admin Mastermind, it's one of the only companies I can imagine that says, hey, let's all take our secrets and share them all and all get better. That it's usually the opposite. I was always encouraged to have my admin, they say, don't let them talk to anyone else. this is just the opposite. It's a beautiful thing. I want to thank you all for the sock donations. That was a great time we did, and again, they were gonna go to some local charities. However, we were asked by Tony Zerwas, who is a mortgage person in town that works with some of our agents, and he said that they're bringing a whole truck right down there right now. So we're like, take them that, let's go that way, just get them down there, so. They didn't take Olivia's socks though, thank you. And Hurricane fundraiser event. So we've got something coming up. It's not all official. We're thinking the 29th-ish. So what happened was, for those of you who don't know, we have a regional manager who's also our OP. And they challenged the regional directors. I always tease her about calling her a regional manager. She's a regional director, and I get it wrong. And then so yeah, she's the assistant to the assistant groundskeeper. That's a Caddyshack reference, anyway. So we need to, in our opinion, with her doing what she does and leading the region, and the timing of her leading this region is powerful and important. And so therefore, there's a greater responsibility on us to step up our game as leaders, step up our game as just a collective to do things at a level, scalable level, so that when she speaks to it, they can look back and go, is her market center doing that? Well, yeah, they really are. So because of that, she said, okay, I'm gonna write a $4,000 check, assuming we are gonna be able to raise at least $4,000. So typically, right, you do a fundraiser and then you send the money in. Well, those folks need money now. So Olivia said, no, I trust my people, I'm gonna write a $4,000 check. Again, she's stepping out because as the OP, she has partners, we're all partners with Profit Share, and that's money that affects everybody. So she trusts that we're gonna do this. So we're gonna put a fun fundraiser together, we're almost there, I'd say by the end of, do you think by the end of tomorrow? Probably, maybe Monday, Grace?
Yeah, Monday.
Let's go Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, so we'll have the final opportunity posted on what it's gonna be is, buy a ticket, come in, invite some friends, family, and there's gonna be a lot of donated stuff. We're gonna have a good time and raise some money. And speaking of, Cindy's had the floor quite a bit. However, I want her to have the floor a little more, if that's okay. So as you know, Cindy Segna, I can't say that fast.
I know.
Is we're blessed to have her here and be a friend of ours, and she just got back in town before the big one just hit down in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, so tell us what you're hearing and what you're seeing and how important it is that people are.
It's terrible. We are very fortunate. Again, we were there for Ian as well, but
You might come up so these folks up here online.
You know what?
We got a lot of onliners. Right? We got a lot of onliners.
So we were fortunate. If I get emotional, I'm sorry.
Please take it back.
So we were good. My husband stayed, so he could take care of the house, the dog. We were supposed to fly back tomorrow to do family weekend at Stout with our youngest, and he said one of us needs to make sure we're back. So I flew in Tuesday. He's actually able to get out tomorrow. RSW, which is Fort Myers Airport, sounds like they're opening maybe even this afternoon. They didn't get hit as bad as they did for Ian, but everything else north of us, there's like 3 million people that are still out of power. There's Tampa, they shut down the Sky Bridge, the Tropicana field, the top blew off, and that was one of the shelters. Siesta Key, like everything up there has been completely hit. When it made landfall, it hit Siesta Key. And if you don't know where all that, it's just all on the south side of Florida. And it did go all the way down, like Naples, people in their pier and so forth, but it went inland. Orlando was shut down, at Disney, there's just, it's terrible seeing all the destruction. Many people without homes, there's a lot of KW people, we're still looking for 96 people out of our office. Yeah, so, but we have a chain going and everyone was in charge of someone. So, but anyway, so they're looking for all those, making sure they're okay, but there are a lot of people that are displaced right now yet. So we have a couple places in our neighborhood that people are opening up and renting and so forth. So if you know of anyone that has rental places that are still available down there, let us know, because there's colleagues, agents of ours that are still there without homes, or they've got family, friends that are without homes. Hoping to get power back on, but there's a lot of things, the transformers, I was talking to clients and reaching out to all of clients and friends last night, and the transformers were blowing like mad in Cape Coral. Everything was lighting up. They just need a lot of help. So everything that we can do, and then within the company and individually and so forth, is helpful. Sorry.
Well, you're sorry.
But, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. Glad to make it through, and I'm here. You
Thank
can
you
see
for
everyone,
sharing.
which is good.
No, thank you for so much for sharing. Well, yeah, the 96 people that's a scary thing. A couple weeks ago in North Carolina, that was the same situation as well. I think they found all but one realtor at this point in North Carolina. And our people with boots on the ground were literally pulling people out of the water. When I say our people, KW cares. It's
To add
amazing.
to that, sorry, but everything, Helene had hit all of those more than it was ever supposed to hit. And so even those that were affected in Florida with that were even more affected because it was already so saturated from previous. And like, there's roads wiped out up north from us in the Carolinas, and it's just peril. So yeah.
Well, we can, I think it's really shows how important it is to think of all the things that we are thankful for and think of it over and over again, because we take a lot of these things for granted. So the good news is we're able to have an impact on these folks, right? And the good news too is if something were to happen here, we're gonna be taken care of. So the company really lives out what it believes, and it's really a blessing to see. So thank you for sharing that, Cindy. Multiply your business. What the heck is this?
So on Tuesday, from 11 a.m. to 2:30, about 3 o'clock, they're having a watch party and all the money that's raised will go to KW Cares to help with Helene and with Milton. And if you can get some great information about listings, lead leverages, there's a lot of great speakers and a lot of big name speakers that are a part of that will help you with being able to get listings, find leads, and leverage your business so that you can focus on your 20%.
Nice.
So that's gonna be in here?
Yes, that'll be in here on the 15th,
Okay.
so Tuesday.
So it's a watch party, and if you don't have a watch, just bring a clock. You can also enjoy it. Business, thank you for that. Business planning clinic, it's already starting to fill up pretty good now. So if you're not ready for 2025, that's a great idea to attend. We'll have some other opportunities too.
The location changed.
Yes.
It's not Cedars Hall?
No, Maple Grove.
Market Center.
Oh, Maple Grove Market Center. Okay. Well, earn a little extra miles. That'd be fun. More songs to sing along the way. Soul Age Alliance was a big success this week, thanks to Laura Tufton. Everyone who helped put it together. We met at Lennar in Lakeville and learned a lot about the new construction, networked with one another. We're able to take videos, pictures, and new construction so that you have content for your social media. Next one is going to be at MI Homes in Rosemont on the 12th. So please mark that down, and there's going to be food. You know, you guys, I know you like food.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I know you like food. Oh, and then before we bring this fella up, we have to have a walk-up song from Steve. Well, Jason, why don't you start introducing?
Introducing him. Hey, everybody, this is Steve.
New agent.
You might have met him. He's not that Steve, although they both are very knowledgeable. They're just different Steves. This Steve is going to talk about something, and I will say this. One of the very first things I did when I got here was I went around and I asked agents, you know, how did you build your business? And Steve says, Well, I have this thing called the Rall report, and I printed it out, and I went door to door and showed it to people.
Oh, God.
And I thought, that's crazy, I'll never do that, but I like it, tell me more. And today he's gonna tell you a little bit more about this that he sends out to all the agents in our office. And one of the coolest things about this Rall report, and you know, we all know Steve, and there's a possibility if you ask him too many questions, he's gonna go way into math that is beyond my capacity. So, I'll get lost, maybe you'll be on the train. But he puts an incredible amount of labor and time into producing this report and has done it for years and makes it available to you at no cost. You have to send him your email address and he'll put you on his list. But it's a fascinating report. He's an incredible asset to the Market Center, one of our founders here. There's so many things. So does that cover the idea that you had?
That's outstanding. Ooh, there you go. We're about to learn how legends are made, right?
There you go. This is how legends are made.
Had to get your song in.
Okay.
So Steve. So first of all, for people who don't know you, let's just do a brief history on your real estate career. You started in what, 1996, 94?
92.
92, oh, I was getting there. So 1992, and you started with?
Edina Realty.
Edina Realty, and then you had another handsome realtor join Edina Realty along the way, but you didn't meet me then.
Oh, okay.
And after that, you're having a great career there, and then an opportunity for KW pops up.
Yeah, I've always been education-based, learning-based, I call it, and I was wanting to take my game to the next level, as some people say, and so I thought I would work on getting my CRS, which is a designation, Certified Residential Specialist. And so I started taking CRS classes, but I decided not to take them here locally, I would travel. So I went to Texas, I went to St. Louis, I went to Las Vegas, I went to LA, and I started meeting Keller Williams people and watched them. And I would get the CRS magazine, and about the 5th or 6th page in that magazine was a full page ad by Keller Williams. And it was kind of like off the wall ads, and I loved them. Matter of fact, I started tearing them out, putting them on the wall. Then I met some people at conventions. I was at a real estate function here in the Twin Cities in May of 2001, before 9/11 happened. And I heard a gal getting a cup of coffee say to somebody else that she was from Illinois and she was with Keller Williams. I grabbed her, pulled her aside, and I said, I heard you say you're from Illinois and you were at Keller Williams. What are you doing here? Oh, they're going to open up Minnesota at Keller Williams. I grabbed a card and said, have somebody call me. And about 2 weeks later, I had coffee with a guy who was the regional director named David Christensen. That was the day before my birthday, May 14th. And of course, he called and I said, well, I bleed Edina Red. It would take a lot for me to leave Edina Realty. And he got all done. I said, well, that's a lot. What do I do next? He said, go to Austin, Texas and check it out. So 3 weeks later, I was in Austin, Texas for what they call launch, or they call it FSO today. It was launch and operations. There was a 2-day class called How Do You Launch a Real Estate Company and How Do You Operate a Real Estate Company. They gave you a manual about that thick. In the back of the operations, they even had an inventory of things to buy, like paper clips. It was unbelievable. It just blew me away. So I like to say I'm the second Keller Williams agent in the state, because I was the first one to go there to check out Keller Williams that actually ended up opening an office.
That's awesome.
That's the short answer.
That's wonderful. And it's been groovy ever since.
And I still love Edina Realty. I have a ton of friends there. And I took a class there. I was about ready to quit real estate, and this guy had a class called Sweat Hogs. And very, 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 very similar to Bolton. And I didn't have the money, borrowed the money from my mother to take the class. It was $699. And if you got 3 strikes, they'd throw you out, you didn't get your money back. So you had an assignment every week. First week, you called for sale by owners, you had to get 2 appointments. Next week, called expired, you had to get 2 appointments. There was about 25 people in the class, and I ended up being the second biggest producer. It saved my career.
Wow. That's why you said it Bold how many times?
6 or 7 at least.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell us really when love to get into the Rall report. Everyone gets the Rall report. I think some people look at that and go, that's a lot of numbers. Okay, and some of y'all go, oh, look at those numbers. I want to go deeper. However, we just want to, Steve started this and being the generous person that he is, he now has probably 1,000 subscribers to his Rall report, and it's agents from all over the metro, and not just our brokerage. So I just want to say, hey, Steve, take it away and see what happens here.
Okay. If you don't get it, send me an email, I'll put you on it. But anyway, it's basically like 6 areas. This is active listings here, pending listings here, new listings and solds down here, year-to-date information here, how many properties have been listed since the first of the year. This is the absorption rate, you can go to NAR, RPR. If you're a member of the National Association of Realtors, you have a free access to the RPR, Realtor Property Resource. Go take the second tab over, research, go down to the third tab, and you can put in any zip code or any county, and it'll give you the MSI, month's supply of inventory. Theoretically, if you didn't list another house, how long would it take to sell everything? And this just says for Dakota County, it would take, 4/10 times 30 days, it would take about 72 days on average to sell everything. That's what this means. And then this is a contract ratio, the ratio between active listings and pending listings. Last week, I think it was 42 or 41%. That's the lowest it's been the whole year. The craziest one was back in 2021. We had more than 2 times as many pending listings as we did active. 2 times as many pending listings as we did active. Can you imagine that? It was crazy. So anyway, what do all these numbers mean? This is how many active listings there were yesterday. This is the week before. This is on January 1st. This tells you how many listings we had yesterday compared to January 1st. This gives you a percentage, 38% more. All of these percentages along the bottom here are telling you the percentage increase in this year in the 41st week compared to the first day of that year. And this tells you the difference percentage-wise between yesterday and the 41st Wednesday of that year. So you can see 2019, we had 9,400 active listings, which is 21% more than we had yesterday. Following me? Yeah. Clear as mud? So how can you use this? Well, this tells you what happened from yesterday to the week before. So it was down 0.5%. So you can show this to your buyers or your sellers. My opinion is that this number is going to get smaller every week for the next 11 weeks. 52 minus 11, 41. So this is going to be red for the rest of the year, probably, more than likely. So you can, this year was in March or February, I believe, of 2022, we had the lowest inventory I can ever remember that we had in the 7-county metro. It was like 3,200 listings or something like that. So this is a way to talk about what's going on in active. This is
Steve,
pending.
Just to clarify, so
Yeah.
if we're looking at this right, the week that we're in right now has 32.6% more listings than it did this week in 2023.
Yes, so
Same with
all
all
of
the
these are
others.
in the 41st week. I'll show you a spreadsheet that I've got every Wednesday, so for each year, 52 numbers tell you how many actives, pending, solds, and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, does that help?
Yep.
So we have 14% more listings yesterday than we had exactly a year ago, in the 41st Wednesday of 2023. Good question. Anything else? All right, then this is pendings. This is how many we had in the last 7 days. So, and this was how many the week before. Now I've got a little feature here kind of in the center in the green. This is the highest number we had in 1 week, the previous 7 days in all of 24. And we're 15% lower than that. And this was the number of days on market of that particular week. And the same thing down here for new listings. The biggest week we had so far in 24 was 1,600, and the biggest number we had in terms of new solds, and these always go back 1 week, was 1,422. So remember, in my report, I've said that, just forget about 2020 and 2021 because it was crazy. I mean, this is crazy. 2002 having 2 times as many pendings as actives. And again, here's the percentage difference. So exactly 1 year ago, we had 775 new pendings, which is 18% below what we had yesterday. And so these percentages, again, tell you what the market is doing compared to those years. And this is the average days on market in those last 7 days. So there's 917, and I recorded, and it automatically, the spreadsheet automatically calculates the percentages for me. And look at this. I mean, 1,800 new listings in 1 week, still in October of 2020, in the 41st week, it was still crazy. And then this is, if you saw the Rall report this morning and already read it, there's only, I believe, about a difference of 25 solds through the end of September between 2023 and 2024.
So you would describe that as flat?
Well,
I mean, sold, right? I mean, that's like no change.
Yeah, good question. I believe in 2021 on a national scale, Gary Keller always has these charts that he goes through. I believe it was about 6.1 million houses sold. Last year, I believe that number was 4.1. They're saying this year it's probably going to be about 3.9. So if you take 3.9 million times 2, that's 7.8 million commission checks, right? There's a listing side, a selling side. And compare that to 12.2 million. If you see people leaving our industry, you'll know why, right? Big difference between 12.2 million and 7.8 million commissions. Make sense? I kind of talked about this. Any questions about any part of this?
Steve, what would, let's say, like right now, we have some agents, just like when you did Mega Agents, when we had our Mega Agent meeting, it was awesome. You went through some of this and helped one of our other agents come up with some answers. Some of us have homes that are sitting longer on the market. How can some of this information help us as we move forward each week as far as our game plan or our discussions with our sellers? When you're looking at this, let's say I got a meeting tomorrow with a seller that's been on the market for way longer than we're used to. all numbers indicate that it, at least when I do a CMA, that it's a good number for the price, yet it's slower. Is there any way I could use this that way?
Well, every week when I email this out, I attach, so you could go back and get a chart, say, from March or May, and almost every month, when I calculate this or go to that website and pull up these numbers, this month's supply of inventory is getting bigger, right? So it was probably, maybe in May it was about 1 month's supply. Again, theoretically, if you didn't list another house, how long would it take to sell everything? So here we've already got one county that's over 3 months' supply, in Carver County. So I always say you've got to be in front of the market. Krista, you've probably heard this too. You don't want to chase the market down, right? If you're constantly doing price reductions and you're doing small ones like 5,000 or 10,000, you're chasing the market down. You got to get in front of the market. Let it hit you like a Mack truck. The thing is, it's still a seller's market. We still have kind of a low inventory compared to 2019. But if this continues, I think we're going to start out next year. This year we started with 4,800 listings. We could easily start next year with 6,500. And that would be, huge way to start the year. And they keep saying that interest rates are going to go down, but so far they haven't. Anybody listen to the news know why that's not happening? What's the stock market doing? Doing very well. So people pull money out of bonds and put it in the stock market. So bonds are easy to get because people are selling them, so interest rates go up. Mortgage interest rates are going up, and we thought they would go down when the Fed fund cut interest rates by 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. Typically, mortgage rates do follow the Fed fund rate, but so far they haven't. They've gone from the report, a guy sends it to me every week, or every day. It was 6.3, I think, this morning, and then a month and a half ago, or whenever the Fed cut the rate, it was 6.01. So, the new pendings are gonna, I'm amazed that we're doing this well, actually, compared to last year, to have 700, almost 800, say 800 new pendings versus 900 new pendings. That's, I think that may continue, but who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't try to predict the market. I just want to give you ammunition to talk to people in an intelligent manner about what's going on in the market. Jason?
The new pendings day on market would be something that if I had a seller who felt like it was taking too long, would be an indication that it generally, for a house to be here, to go pending, it would now take 32 days, when just a few years ago it would take, on average, 24.
Yeah.
So they should, it's reasonable for them to expect that it's gonna take longer to sell that house because it takes
When the market
longer.
was crazy, it was 24 days on market in October.
And so
Crazy.
that right there is telling us something, and then of course from there, it depends on the price of the market and the
Yeah.
place, what our absorption rate, right?
So that should help
I think-
conversations
Right.
with people who are property.
I know you meant you were gonna ask me when did I start this? I don't really remember when I started. I think it was 2009.
Probably a better question before we move to our we have branch inspection.
Yeah.
Talk. Why? Why do you put so much labor into this?
Well, I kind of love it, but, and I'm kind of working on an exit strategy. 2 years from now, I may not be selling real estate at all. But the reason I started it, the first few years, every year I was going to the family reunion and Gary Keller was saying, get ready, it's gonna shift, get ready, it's gonna shift. And I kept hearing that. I come home and we're selling a lot of real estate. And I thought, what is Gary talking about? And then when it did shift, come over here, if you can, Jason. This tells you how many houses were for sale in these given years. Okay, hover over this with your mouse. The inventory on July 28th of 2007 was 29,000. That's a buyer's market. In the 7-county metro, it was 29,390, according to my numbers. What do I know? So I kept hearing Gary say, it's gonna shift, and then it shifted, and man, I was, actually, I thought the shift probably started over here in about 2004. But I figured out a way to see how many houses were for sale every day of the year. Just give me a day and a year and I could find it in the MLS. So I put all this together so that I wouldn't get caught again. As an owner, as the OP of a real estate office, and we were losing money, I didn't want to be fooled again. So that's why I started it. And so I just figure a rising tide raises all ships. And so I send this every Wednesday to about 700 people. I don't care what company you're with, Edina, Caldwell Banker, Remax. If I can help you be a better agent, it helps all of us.
None of those figures auto-populate, correct? Those are all entered by hand by you.
Yeah, so let's go to 2007 tab and go to March. So here's the date. What did I say, 27,000 or 29? So anyway, yeah, so I enter those, I type them in. Back then I wasn't keeping a whole bunch of other stuff. But so yeah, I put it in and then it auto-populates on that one page.
How long does it take you to do this every week?
Well, I do it every day.
Oh, gosh.
Well, let's go back to 2024. And if you could get down. Okay, go over to the day. I tell you, I've mentioned it before, my phone is ringing in my ear. Spam, yeah. Okay. Jason, I'll get into the MLS here real quick. These numbers change every hour, just about every day. Right now, there's 7,855. So if you want to go there and type in 7,855.
You updated, Jason.
That's not the one who's put all these numbers in.
Okay, do you see these numbers
Help with
change?
the Rall
So
report.
this tells me how much the inventory changed from yesterday. This tells me how much it changed from January 1st. Now this is the number of pendings and it automatically calculates that percentage. Yeah, last week the contract ratio was 42%. Yesterday was 44. This is the number 830, the number of properties sold subject to an inspection, third-party approval, other, and one other. So and this is the percentage. That number is of that number. All these in brown are the number of properties in the last 7 days that did a price change. And that's 12.8, well, yesterday it was almost 13% of this number. So that we're getting a lot of price reductions, right? And you come way over here, and we're getting a lot of cancellations. Somewhere up further, I guess I've got them in brown of anything over 250, I think. Okay, I guess need to continue that, but anyway. I also record coming soon. And there we go. Yesterday was 354, which is almost 4.6% of the actives. So sometimes, I like to predict what the percentage change is gonna be from week to week. And this is the number of solds, and this is the sold number of days on market, and if you hover over this, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, of those, how many were there? 742, the average list price was 441, the median sale price was 382, and the median days on market is 21. So I got a lot of data.
It does explain a few things about Olivia now.
What's that?
It explains a few things about Olivia, how she's got,
Oh.
having been raised by some good numbers there.
Well, I don't know if it goes that far. So as you said, we're gonna wrap this up, but you had said you're at the twilight, so you're getting ready to transition your business, but we'll always hold your license here. Got that off my plate. No, it was in his office.
Did you just take that off his phone?
No.
That's a previous one.
I took the car off of the
plate.
License plate off of my car.
So, well, I just think we can all, just take a moment to just really appreciate that we have this gentleman here with us, all these gentlemen.
You can retire, but you gotta keep doing this.
But,
You can retire, but you gotta keep doing this.
Oh, Carmen says I'll never retire from real estate, so I probably will continue to keep doing it.
And now we'd like to welcome up our sponsor. We have Tom with Branch Property Inspection. You gotta get out of video.
My wife says, please. Today I was trying to think of what I could tell you that you don't already know about us. So, who can shout out what kind of services we offer? Because we offer more than people know. So I'll start with you, Kristen. Can you think of something we offer?
Sewer scoping.
Sewer scoping, okay, what else?
Radon.
Radon, what else?
Oyster.
No longer chimney, we got
Sewer
our
inspections?
Sewer, yep.
Right.
Moisture intrusion.
Moisture intrusion? We still got some more.
How about let these change?
No,
Fire inspection.
yes, that's, nobody, it's actually.
Pre-home inspection.
Pre-home, pre-listing inspections, yep. We also do mold testing, which I've done quite a bit of recently because of all the moisture we had this year. And something you may not know is we do commercial building inspections too. We actually did a 31,000 square foot building on Monday, and those are fun. There's a full day inspection for two of
I was
us.
gonna say, sounds like a full day.
So we have appreciated our time here, working with a lot of you in this office. You're the kind of people we like to work with. High character, care about your clients. And our motto is, because our clients deserve to know, and you live that every day yourselves. Sometimes you have to get into ugly places that aren't so fun. I was in a crawl space where there was a furnace and a water heater, and there's a giant crawl space over most of the house, and I was crawling around in the dirt saying, how did I get in this job? But, I sometimes in those moments I repeat, our clients deserve to know. You gotta do it, Tom. So, and just like you do, you gotta push through the hard stuff sometimes to get to the win at the end, which is helping people. So if we can help you or your clients, we'd be happy to, and we'd like to help you eat today. So we have a spread set up for you in the next room. So come visit with us and we'll tell you about it.
Tom, one of the other things I just wanted to mention is you've come here and done a lot of CE for our agents. I mean, you're a true partner of this market center, and it's great to have you in it. I really do appreciate all the stuff you do.
Oh, thank you. We have a new one coming, but it's not yet ready for publication. Hopefully the next couple of months. It's going to be all about old homes. So we've inspected some really old ones. 1868, I think is one. business. All right, we'll see you inside.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. All right, well, you can all be proud, you've made the adjustment to Thursdays, really appreciate it. We'll get that info out to you of what we shared there, and let's go eat. Stick around for connectors if you would like.
Stan, what'd you get?
What was that?
What'd you get?
Oh, I haven't yet.